Well, good afternoon, everybody. It is Tuesday, August 16th, 2022, all day long. And this is our weekly Bbbs instructor call. And we're going to talk a little bit today about etiquette. And etiquette in the form of when we are interacting, whether we are on Zoom, whether we are on Skype, whether we're in the wine and dines, whether we are in the any online meeting, really, when you are participating. But before we get started, we are going to start out with our mission. Does everybody remember what our mission is?
I don't know.
Okay, we're going to unmute everyone, if I can remember how.
You just ask everybody to unmute. Everybody knows how to unmute.
Yeah, everybody unmute themselves real quick. And I'm going to start it off and just follow me. It's kind of like a chant. We will become the best triple R 247 instructors team
in the world.
We
got you.
And there you have it.
And we will always back up Jackie no matter what she looks like.
It's been a day. But anyway, thank you for that. So with that being said, we're just going to talk a little bit about when you're online. And even though I look like hell, I am still making sure that I am presentable. And the reason for that is pretty simple, guys. We are marketers. All of the recordings that we do are very valuable content. So when we are on the calls, Rory and Tanya actually use these live calls because there's nothing like being live to hear what's going on, right? It's like you're in the same room. That's why Zoom is so cool. That's why their stock went out the roof when COVID hit. Okay, it was just a little small company that exploded because of the pandemic. But what that does for us as marketers is, believe it or not, that is good, solid content to get the word out of what we are doing. So there's some etiquette that comes along with that. You should always make sure you stay muted. You should always, and I'm not talking you got to be in your Sunday best because the world's not like that. Okay. But you do need to be somewhat presentable. You do need to have clothes on. You don't need to be smoking a vape or drinking a drink. If you do, simply just turn your video off. It's called respect. It's courtesy for your fellow people. But more importantly, it's content. You all can use this content for all of your advertising. I use it a lot. I take the hour-long videos and I actually kind of cut them down a little bit because you don't want big, long videos. It's huge. People are going to click on a video far quicker than they will ever click on an image. They want to know. People are curious. We are curious beings. So just be mindful that when you're on one of the calls, make sure, are you eating? Are you drinking? Do you have your clothes on? And believe it or not, I had this conversation because one of my managers at ABC Mortgage got on a call and was in her bra and panties. And I about had a stroke. Needless to say, it doesn't work for me anymore. And I'm like, that's common sense, for Christ's sake. But, believe it or not, you can't teach common sense. It's the truth. So with that, we decided, Rory has been trying really hard to make sure that, and Rory's not going to say it, guys. He's not. Rory is the visionary. Rory is the one that is going 90 miles an hour. So you know who gets to say it? Us. Because he really wants it professional as it can be. You know, we are work from home. So we're at home. We want to show that we're in the comfort of our own home, but it is a business. So we want to portray that as well. Does that make sense? Good. So we do our, and y'all are welcome to use any of this content. Like if you know, the trainings that Stacy's doing, or that we do the little snippets and all, you know, if a student wants to know more, it's great content. It's real life. This is what we do. We come together every Thursday at 4:15 and have a call. This is real life training, which is a value add to a student that doesn't really understand what we do, because there's so much out there that's not available when they're told by other platforms that they're going to get training. Okay, so that's another thing. And then let's talk a little bit about, and many of you have been involved in this of late, but the wine and dine calls. They're changing up a little bit, and they're changing up because we have to run them on a schedule. You want to get in, you want to highlight the menu, you want to really highlight the wine, because that's what it's all about. And you want to get out because you want to use that as content. I just got finished writing an ad for a recipe that I'm going to be doing Wednesday night, because one of Chrissy's students got sick. So I'm going to do the appetizer. I just finished my page. Guess what? That video is going to go right in my advertisement next week. That's what I'm advertising. It's all great, especially if you are if you are one of the ones. Miss Mary Whitworth cooked last week. So did several others. I can't even think. Darlene, another one, right? And did a fabulous. That is how, if y'all watch that wine and dine, that is how a wine and dine is supposed to go. They were prepared. They stayed on mute when they were not talking. They did not interrupt each other. They flowed. Shane made sure that it went from one to the other and then back with a little bit of wine education. You know, we don't want to vomit on these people. We want it fun, but you want to have enough hooks in there to pique their interest, to show them what we have. So it's very important when we're doing those calls that we don't, you know, if you're going to cook something that takes 45 minutes, guess what? Have that cooked in your magic oven. And then you talk about it and you can portray all of your ingredients. But when it's time to do the real cooking, it's already done like a real cooking show, guys. They don't cook on a cooking show. They pop it in the oven and then they go to a commercial and they come back and guess what? Voila, it's ready, right? That's what we're trying to do here. We want you to cook anything that you want to cook. We want to see, we want you to show us everything that you got. Just be mindful and be prepared of how you're going to do it, because the next thing is you're going to get frustrated or nervous because something is going to go wrong. And you're in front of 500, and I'm so sorry, I have something in my eye. You're in front of 500 people, right? And so you're going to get flustered. So just make sure you're prepared and ready to go. And we'll come to you, you say your spiel, we'll thank you, we'll go to the next one. Peter pops in and says his little, you know, wine education. Rory pops in, and then we just kind of make it flow. But that wine and dine last Wednesday night was fabulous. That's how it's supposed to work. And I commend every one of those cooks, and I really commend Shane because he kept it on task, and that's what we want. So Skype, let's talk about Skype a little bit. And nobody loves to socialize more than me. I got in trouble. Well, first of all, I got voted biggest flirt 4 years in a row in high school. If that tells you anything. Okay. I am a social butterfly. I love to visit. I love to pick and laugh and all of that. But there is a time to do that. And there is a time that you got to put your head down and go to work. And the only reason why we kind of ask in the chats every now and then we're getting a little chatty, it's not because we're your boss or we're, you know, better than you. It's because we have new people in these chats that are trying to learn. They aren't up to speed where you are. And when we disseminate information and then we get real chatty, it frustrates them. And it's not fair. You were there. Remember when you first joined a chat with 300 and something people in it? It's pretty intimidating. They're scared to answer questions. They're scared to ask questions, right? So we're just trying to be mindful of the reason the chats are there is for education. And so I'm not saying like Renee Chat, where is she? She on here? Renee Chat, you could write those positive things every morning. As a matter of fact, every morning when I wake up, that's the first thing I look for, because I know you have a motivational or inspirational something in that chat. And there is no better way to start your day than with that. Okay.
Jackie, real quick, is Kim Moore in the waiting room? She says she's been waiting for several minutes.
I wasn't even looking. I have no idea.
I didn't hear the doorbell, so I wasn't sure.
didn't either. And I am, oh, there she is.
Okay.
So the, and that's why I probably should have given you host, Stacy, because it's so hard to watch. And I have something, I don't know what is going on in my eye, but I have something like major in my eye. But just to back up a little bit, we're, like I say, you know, we're not your boss. We don't want to be your boss. You're your own boss. You're your own gatekeeper. You're here building right along with us to advance to wherever you want to go. And the world is your oyster here. Trust me, none of us want to be your boss, but we will hold you accountable when you tell us you want to be accountable to something. And that's how we started these meetings 5 weeks ago. So don't misunderstand. You want to stay around the campfire? Perfectly fine. It matters not to us, but let me help you out. There are those of us that have made the commitment that we're running, and we're running hard. And nobody's going to stop us because we have our dreams and wants. Don't mistake that. Every one of us, including all of you with your students, are giving up your time and talents to bring them to the next level. Don't let them waste your time. We're not going to let anybody waste ours. The negativity, the, you know, oh, woe is me. Guys, if you could have seen what I went through today, I can assure you, you want all of your own problems. When you think you're having a bad day, you might want to step back, because when you start hearing what problems other people have, I can guarantee you 9 times out of 10, you're going to take yours and you are going, Barbara must have got kicked out, and
Yes,
you are going to put yours back in your own barn. But this is a business. We love everybody. We love the camaraderie. I just said it. I am the biggest person that loves to socialize. I'm around the water cooler, all of that. But don't mistake, I'm here to build a business. I'm not here to sit at the campfire. Stacy's not here to sit at the campfire. Shane is not here. Miss Barbara is not here. These are people that have come to us and said they want to go to the next level. And us as good leaders, it is our responsibility to feed you that information and coach you to get you where you want to be. That's what leadership and coaching is all about. Don't misunderstand that. So when you hear us in the chats, or you see where we're saying that, you know, it's a little chatty, it's because there are new people. Those people are intimidated. They haven't been here 4, 5, 6 years. They are trying to learn the ropes, and it's called respect. So we went over the etiquette about when we're on the Zooms, and the do's and don'ts of that. We went over the etiquette of the wine and dines and why that is changing. And that is valuable content for you to use in your own advertising. We have gone over the, the Skypes and the protocols to Skypes. And let me tell you something else. For those of you who were not in Hawaii, just like I said a while ago, Roy's not going to say it. We as MSIs are leaders. We're bringing the message back. He stood in a room full of us and told us how this platform was going to run on a go forward basis. I see Shane shaking his head. I see Stacy shaking her head. And if Chrissy, who else was in Hawaii? I don't even know if anybody else on the phone was. He wasn't mixing words, guys. He is a visionary. He is a leader. He knows what this platform can do and where all of us could be if that's what we choose to do. Nobody's pushing you. Nobody's making you do anything. You're your own boss. Don't misunderstand that. But you are not going to stop those of us that want to run. That's not fair. And it's not going to be tolerated. So that's kind of what the group, the MSI group, we meet every Thursday. And we, with the changes in how the wine and dine's running and with the us getting so large, I mean, every day we have new people coming into these chats, like not just one, but like 2, 3, 4, 5. I think Shane had, I don't know, 6 or 8 flows. Stacy had 5 or 6. This team is doing exactly what we said we were going to do when we got back from Hawaii. It is now August. We have till December to double. And we are going to do that. That is what we will do. This is not pie or, pie in the sky. We are going to double. We are going to grow. You with us? Fine. You're not? Fine. We understand that. We understand some people just want to do this part-time or some people just want to do this as a hobby. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up, but don't get mad at us because we want to run. Give and take, man. It's up to you. And that's all I got, Stacy, Shane. That's really,
I wanted to kind of cover a little more on the etiquette on the Skype chats, that we just need your guys' help on the team chats, that we need to stop, don't bring in the drama. Dimitri, you may want to mute. We can hear Prince.
I'm sorry.
I love my buddy, but he's loud. When you guys see someone come in, don't, with some drama, like just happened on my team chat right now. Karen.
Our team chat.
It's our team chat. So not all of you guys are on there. Shane is, Chrissy is, and then our immediate students on mine and Jackie's team. And we just had a student bring in how, she thanked Barbara for a tip, but also brought in her own little personal drama. We're not going to address that. We're just going to let it's there. We've got the prayer chat. Let's use it. If you're not in the prayer chat and you need some prayers, by all means, reach out to any one of us. Kim Moore, you're posting on there almost every other day kind of thing, your little Bible saying on the prayer chat. So she can even add you in. Okay. It doesn't have to be one of us MSIs. We've got other instructors here that can help add people in. I also wanted to quickly touch on, we're coming up, we're going to be rehashing this a lot because Velveeta's coming.
Before you go further though, that you brought up a good point. Guys, when you see drama or someone sticking their toe to even start drama and you jump in, whether you mean to or not, it goes like wildfire. Why? because negativity is easier than positivity. Misery loves company. I'm not telling you anything you haven't heard before. We don't want it anywhere. We said it when we came back from Hawaii, and we're not playing. So you have the right, every single one of you on this call, if somebody is doing that, you are leaders. Stop it. Because guess what? We are all peers. If they see that we are all moving in a forward motion and we're not going to tolerate it, it'll stop. Because one little cancer will ruin this whole team, and we're not going to tolerate it. We said we weren't. But it doesn't just have to come from us. You don't have to private message me and say, Jackie, it's really annoying me that, you know, blah, 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 blah. Guess what? Put your big girl pants on and your big boy britches on and stop it. We're all one.
I'll stop my complaining to you.
I just shut you down. Delete. You know what I mean, guys? It feeds. That's what they're looking for.
Yeah.
And the minute you buy into it as a leader, they're going to be in your chat. They're going to be over here. They're going to be over there. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. Just stop it. We are a positive. We know things go on. We know that you have a bad day. Just like I said, if you knew what I've been dealing with since 4 o'clock this morning, I guarantee you would take your own problems back. But I showed up to do my 2 hours. And I'm not patting myself on the back, guys. What I'm saying is life happens. You have to understand how to deal with it some way, somehow, in your own way. And many people deal with it different ways, but the way you don't deal with it is causing drama for your peers in this team. That dog is not going to hunt. So thank you for that.
Could I say something possibly?
Sure.
I just would like to say that there are some people that do have issues that are not. I mean, you and Stacy are like, y'all are driving the fire truck, man, and y'all are running down the road. And I know y'all are like Rory, and that y'all have this energy level that's out of control. Okay, not everybody has that same energy level and that same capability. Okay, it isn't that you don't want to do it, but you can't always do everything that everybody else does. And
I'm not asking you to, though, Kim.
Okay, I'm just saying sometimes maybe the delivery type of because people still want to contribute what they can contribute and want to be a part of the team and do what they can. I mean, I've been sick as a dog this last week. I've at 102, 101 fever, but I mean, I still was on the calls. I was half cross-eyed, but I was there. But you know, I couldn't even see straight to write notes or anything.
Kim, okay, I get it. I get where you're coming from. And that's where Jackie said, if you're here for a part-time or you can't run and do, no one can do everything that Rory does. You can only do some of the things in good quality some of the time. You can't do everything all the time. You know your limitations. We're just asking that, whatever your limitation, you set your goals. That's what we're asking everyone to do. And we want, because we're the instructors here, we want all of you to help your team set their goals and hold them accountable. You have goals you want to meet. How can I hold you accountable if I don't remind you of those goals? Okay, without any of the, I got it. You were having computer issues. You haven't been feeling well. We all have those life things happen. We all do. What we're asking is, let's keep it out of the team. As instructors, we need to keep it out of the team. We're supposed to go up. Rory and Tanya are very firm on that. They've said it on many instructor calls. We go up. Okay, we don't want to go down. We want to celebrate the great things down. Oh yeah, we want the good stuff to definitely, that's why we cheer you guys on your accomplishments. But when you need to vent something, you got to go up. Don't go out into the team. You've got 4 MSIs here. You've got Dimitrik as a GSI, almost PSI. You got Greg Pope as GSI. Brenda's not on here. She's GSI. You know, Kim, you're GSI. We have to hold ourselves to a higher level. We have to. That's what this system is all about, is servant leaders. We have to hold ourselves to a higher level. And that's where, you know, we just want you guys to understand where we're coming from, because we're over 500, we're almost to 600 people between the 4 teams. There's over 300, almost 350 on mine and Jackie's personal chat alone. And it's going to keep going up. And Shane is closing in on a couple hundred. Chrissy is closing in on.
Shane, what do you have to say, buddy? Unmute.
He's got a, oh, that darn button.
Hiding. I see him hiding in the dark over there.
And congratulations, Greg, for a new student. This is awesome.
That's what I had to say.
That's all you have to say.
He's so
Good
funny.
job, Greg. No, because all I would do is just echo what you guys have said. So you guys, you know, it's just we're here so we can grow in the way we can be more productive too. So these tips here just helping us with each of those.
That's all we're trying to do.
And that's why we bring this kind of thing in.
Oh, have you started reading that?
I'm now on, hey, Gail, I'm on page 10 now.
I had
was
to
on
quit.
page
No
9.
fair, no fair. Okay, you love the challenges, Stacy. I challenge you. By the weekend, we're gonna do 2 chapters.
Oh, crap. All right.
Well, I can tell y'all all, Chrissy's probably almost finished with the darn book, because bless her heart, she's had it this week. And she told me the other day, she said, well, at least I'm getting the book read. So I think she's ahead of everybody.
Probably. But
I had to quit listening because they said chocolate wasn't good to eat. So
Oh, well, I'm not reading it if he says chocolate's not good to eat. Come on,
Yeah.
man.
I'll just
There we
make it think, when I read chocolate, I'll think kale. Kale
there
is
we
not
go.
good to eat. So we'll
There we
just,
Just skip
But-
that chapter.
yeah, exactly. But anyhow, guys, you know, we don't want to continually come in here and preach, but we need to set the tone to bring back to our teams. That's the only way we're going to continue to grow in a positive fashion. And we have to set the bar level high. Okay. If our students see us interrupting, like if I started interrupting Niall and Rory on a Tuesday night, do you think I'm going to retain the privilege of staying as co-host on a Tuesday night? Oh, heck no. Heck no. But I need to portray a more professional aspect because I'm an MSI. And I've been asked to be on there as co-host week in and week out. Our students feed off of what we do. So if our students see us interrupting people or crashing down on people, and yes, you know, there are students that really drive us nuts. We're instructors. This is the format right here. We want to get into where you guys have a problem student you need help with. We want you to bring it here to us so that we can help you grow them and help them change their mindset. But if we don't start with ourselves in this manner now, why would they want to change their mindset? Fair? So we do want to have fun. We love you all. I have 8 minutes before my student. We're going to cover this a little bit more on Thursday, where I'm going to incorporate Napa and Dallas events, because there's so many that are going that have never been to an event. And I'm not going to be there to babysit. You make a fool out of yourself, you're going to see me about
That's
face.
another thing. Before we get off this call, guys, this is a business trip. We are adults. There are protocols to follow when you are at one of these events. Please make sure that you have fun, you learn, you mix, you mingle, you do all those sorts of things. But this is a business meeting. And etiquette is to be followed.
Everything gets back to Rory. Anything negative.
You don't want to be the conversation at the morning breakfast table. I will tell you that.
Definitely not. But, you know, we're going to be under more scrutiny because we are with Rory. We are very visible as Rory's team. I've seen it when we were in Fort Lauderdale, when we were in Orlando, when we were in Dallas in April. They were literally trying to get us close to our conversations without being noticed every single event. I had to stand at the door in April. Danielle, you remember watching me. I was at the door at the conference room in April, making sure that Costa and the Amados and Jeff Mack were not hanging outside the door. And as soon as they were, my arm went flying to Rory back in the room. They're coming.
Because we do so many things so differently, guys. Our platform's totally different.
So they're trying to
promote their product, but our whole methodology, Rory's whole methodology is totally different.
Yeah. And so, but I've just also seen, I've actually overheard Costa going up to Rory. I think one of your people gave us issues, and I cringed. And I prayed that it wasn't anyone on my immediate team. But I mean, in Orlando, I think I had 3 or 4 of you there. So, you know, Rick Overstreet, I was worried about you, but you behaved yourself. But I'm just saying, you guys, hearing and overhearing a conversation in the hallway like that, fear, I mean, blood just drains from you. You don't want to be noticed for that. Let the young ones from the other teams, oh, you're going to be able to figure them out if you haven't been to these events yet. Let them be the talk of the town, not us. We're there.
I always say, leave it to the rookies.
Yeah. Yeah. But none of our rookies. None of ours. So, and you know, it doesn't matter. We've, you know, there's always something, whether it's, you know, being overly intoxicated, you know, being out loud in the hallways. That's really annoying. There's, you know, many different things that could be done. That would be the issue. Basically, if you wouldn't do it in front of your mother, don't do it here. And my mom being up in heaven, oh, I am darn sure if I trip, you know I was misbehaving because my mom pulled the rug out from underneath me. Just saying. But I'm just glad we could do this call ahead of time. We're gonna, you know, talk to the entire team on Thursday about it, and, you know, let them know that, hey, we already talked to the instructors and we've all agreed. Those of us going, we're gonna hold ourselves to a higher level because we want to have fun and grow our businesses. That's what it comes down to. I want people to know they're in good hands when they do business with me. So the pictures that I take, you know, and share on Facebook later, I want others seeing that going, wow, they had a great time. And it looks like she just flat out just had a great time and nothing extra. We don't want the extra. Same with our Zoom calls. You never know who's watching because so many of you are posting, especially for the wine and dine. You're putting your ads out there. Not all of your guests come in with their first and last name. They come in as iPhone. And just the wrong atmosphere, you will not sign them. So as a conglomerate, all of us, you know, we just need to portray a better foot than, you know, when we're doing the recording, you know, doing the wine and dine and you're cooking. Be respectful of those that are cooking, be respectful of Peter, be respectful of Rory and Tanya when they're on the call. We don't want to be doing the interruptions. We don't want to have the background noise. Last week was awesome. I was so glad it was our teams. Great job, Shane.
I'm telling you, if you want to know how a wine and dine should go, learn from what Shane did last week and his team, our team.
Great job, Marilyn. Great job, Darlene.
Beautifully. That will be a great content video for people to share.
Yep.
So, all right, Stacy, we got 1 minute. We're going to finish with our chant. So everybody, let's unmute. 1, 2, 3. Teams that move forward together
Together.
toward a common goal.
Toward a common goal.
Common goal are unstoppable.
We
are
We are unstoppable.
They're
There you
unstoppable.
go.
We're gonna get
We
there.
are
We're gonna get
unstoppable.
there one day.
Yeah.
But
We got to put it in the
thank
chat
you
so we
all.
can read it.
I know, and I have 2 slides, and for the life of me, it's
Okay.
today, but I had made just 2 slides for that so that we could throw them up on the screen because I do think it's easier that way. So I will make sure that I find where I have those, and we will have them for next time. So I'm going to stop the recording, and we are going to